Alright, so today I'm going to be working on two separate problems in this 2013 Nissan Maxima. First off, the door lock actuator is broken, and also the door handle itself is really loose, so I'm just replacing the door handle itself. Two problems. So this door handle is always way loose, and so I'm replacing the door handle itself. But the other problem is when you go to unlock it, it doesn't unlock. But the problem is it's trying to, and it's still getting the electrical signal. It's just that it is not actually triggering the latch here. So another trick I learned online is if you push and hold this 3 times and then hold it on the third one, your windows will go down. So I've officially been doing that for like 6 months or something since the lock thing broke. So then I just have to reach in, unlock the door from the inside, and then I can get in. So right, next you can see I'm gonna have to basically take off this whole entire thing, and then this is the new part, the exterior door handle, and then this is the actual locking mechanism. The thing is, I've already taken this all apart once to make sure that's what I needed to actually order on eBay, and so I've already done this once, so it should be pretty fast. So first off, you have to take this off, pop this off with a screwdriver, pop this off with a screwdriver, then you can get to the little bolt behind. So then I took this little bolt out right there. You have to just pry this off with a screwdriver, then you got another little bolt right in there. You pry this part out with a screwdriver, lift it up, and then that should be your last one right in there. Basically after that, the whole thing is unbolted, and now you just gotta unsnap the little clips, and then it basically falls off. So it's basically disconnected except for some wiring down in here. You have to unclip these. Just use a screwdriver because it's way easier. Now that you have the door partially off, you also have to disconnect these cables right here, and they're basically like this guy. You'll just pop it off, lift it up, and you can't mix them up because they look different. One's a pin and one's a little ball, and then you just lift it up. Oh, right there, and then the whole thing is now detached. This guy is now all bare. So the part that we're gonna have to replace is way back here. So the things we still have to do is push the window up. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually tape the window up so I don't have to take the window out. I could just take the window out pretty easily, but that way I don't have to mess with the glass. And last time when I did this, just not gluing, but taping it up to just the door frame works quite well. But we have to lift the window to a specific point where the bolts are going to be right here, so we can unscrew the window from the lift mechanism. This part, I had to plug this back in so we can control the window. So then we'll go up and see how you can see it right there, and then over here on this side, because once we do that, the window's no longer attached to the lifting mechanism. By the way, you got to be careful because I just undid it with my handy drill, and I dropped one of them down in here, but it doesn't matter because I'm taking the whole panel off anyway, so it'll just be sitting down here when I do that. So this part I got help for. But we lifted the window, and as you can see, I put like some just normal packing tape, but it's down clear to here on at least 2 points on the front and the back side. So there's no way that window's moving, but I wouldn't keep it like that permanently, of course. But that way it's up and out of the way because you need the window out of the way for when you're messing down here. And then you also want to detach all of these little clips just with screwdrivers, unplug as much as possible. And then I'm going to be taking all of these off so we can get to the black plate off, because that's the window motor right there. So and then it'll show us just about everything else bare, and we'll be able to get back here more. You can see now I have the whole wiring harness out of the way right here. Got all the outside bolts done, but just so you're aware, you don't have to undo these ones right here, here, and these down here. So because you'll see on this backside, see it's already loose, and then these cables kind of get in the way. Then you'll see it's all clear back here now. And we'll just set this over here. And so part of it is, see, this is that whole door handle mechanism, and then the other part is right back here, which you can barely see, right back there. We'll basically have to disconnect that, also disconnect the cables and unscrew it, and it just pulls right out. And then this part, that's just got a couple of clips in it. And then there's a couple more things on the wiring harness back here, and like these right here to get the door handle off. And then this right here to undo that. It's one of those little star ones. I totally forgot what these are called. Alright, so now that I have both of them, so this is the old one, still attached, this one cable, and then I got the new one. But as you can see on this guy, it looks like the previous owner had already tried to repair it once before, and it looks all nasty compared to the new one, which is still a refurbished one that I got on eBay, but it's like, it looks fine. This one's not coming out yet because, yeah, I gotta remove this whole door handle assembly still back here. So should be this one screw right here, a couple of clips. So I forgot to get the door handle off. You also need to do one more hidden screw behind this. So and you just take that out with a screwdriver. Part can finally pop out just with a screwdriver after you undo that screw in there. And this guy's out now. And then, alright, so you pull on this a little bit more, kind of comes loose, but the only part that I forgot, oh, and you also have to pull back on it. But the only part I forgot was, still have to get all this wiring harness off of this, since I'm replacing the door handle anyways, too. So this clip was actually the hardest. This was in here, and you actually have to push it through all the way this way to get it, because it's sitting in there like this, and then you have to go through all the way this way to pull it out. So now it's finally detached, and I have this finally detached, and then I just got to take those cables out. So undoing those cables was way harder than I thought, and so I looked up the part salesman of this part had a video that went along with it, and I'll put the link for that one in the description. But it was kind of hard, so yeah, finally got that switched over to the new part. But now I just take out the old door handle, and don't forget these little washer things. I got the new door handle. Got this is still the old piece, but I put the new cover on it. That's the old cover. And then just don't forget these washer things again. And then basically we just do it all backwards. So basically we had to finagle everything back in, but now it's still not all the way attached because I still got to do this last bolt on the end. But it goes back in pretty easily, and then that'll all be attached. This back part's attached, and then we just got to put the actual unlocking mechanism back in. Alright, so I got the cables put back on, and then you just have to put this, I have to finish screwing these back on, and then you have to clip the little one in the back. It's not hard to see because it's getting dark out, but it's the one with the little yellow clip, the one so that the door handle works. Alright, so it was right here when I was editing the video, because I'm not a professional editor, I'm doing this for fun, that I realized that I had completely forgotten the cable that attaches to the actual door handle for the door to become loose. And so I had to retake basically everything back off and do it all over again to get the cable back onto the actual exterior door handle. But I didn't have time to film that because, as you can see in the video, it was getting dark and it was already barely starting to rain, so I had to hurry at that point. Yeah, sorry for that mistake. Because as you can see, that's that extra cable that is sitting in the front. Let me show you. See, so this cable that's just chilling out front, that is the cable that needed to attach to the door handle up here. Alright, then I put the black plate back up. And then I gotta put in all the screws around the outside. Last part is to do the interior door panel. Gotta just reattach these cables onto the door handle and the inside lock. And sorry that it's dark. And then reattach. Well, first off, before you do that, gotta reattach all the wiring harness back together and put all the clips in and make sure everything's all plugged in, and that the wiring harness for the switches down here are in the right spot for when you put the door on. But so I got the wiring harness, but then I forgot that we have to still put the window down. So we're gonna take the tape off, put the window down, and then put the little screws back in the holes, and the window will be attached again. Alright, and then part of it is you got to make sure that you get it on this lip again, because then it's like hanging on that lip right now. And then, because then you can push in all of the clips, and then you'll hear all the clips pop in all the way across, and then you can put all the screws in the 3 spots right here, and then down in there hiding. Alright, and then almost done. Just have to put the switches back, this cover piece back, and then the little cover piece over here too. Alright, so this is going to be the moment of truth, and it is finally dark outside. So, door closed, locked it, unlocked it, and it works. And the new door handle doesn't stick out at all. The old one was always busted. Oh yeah. Works great. Way too long. But my wife came to help me because I needed a light. So, yeah. Alright. Thanks.